Okay, the top is all done. There are the top ribs, and so I've taken them off and put them aside for the moment, and I've got the back ribs on. Now, one thing to notice about the back ribs on almost any guitar is that they're not the same height all the way around. The back is typically tapered. On Martins, they're tapered nearly an inch, at least 3/4 if I remember right. I don't know how much Gibsons are tapered, but on the classical that I'm working on, the neck joint area of the body is about 1/4 of an inch thinner than the butt of the guitar. So there is a bit of a taper on that back. So we need to take that into account. So I'm just going to take a ruler here and measure down 1/4 of an inch. Just make a nice mark there. And then take my plane and start working on this area. Because there's no sense on trying to just push on this one side with the radius dish. It's going to need more than that. So I'm going to take this off. Now I'm almost positively going to have to go in and drill this hole deeper to bury that head of that screw a little bit deeper. I had to do that on the top, by the way. Down here at the butt end of the guitar, I started hitting these 2 screws. So I had to take it off, go and get out the Forstner bit and re-drill that hole just a little deeper. So I know I'm going to have to do that here as well. But it's so much easier to get started with the hand plane and get rid of some material than it is to try to sand off things with the proper taper. It's just, I don't know how you do that. So we're just getting started this way, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to start by hand, by driving the bus, just see where I am, take a little bit off by hand and kind of get things started. And once I'm kind of confident that I've got the right taper on and everything's looking pretty reasonable, I'll go over to the machine and let that help me do the rest of it. So I don't think there's much use in having this on while I just sweat here in front of the camera. So I'm gonna, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna take some area off of here. I'm gonna chalk it up, drive the bus for a few minutes, see how things are looking, and I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit more planing down in here to kind of start getting things to a new plane that's tapered by 1/4 of an inch, and then I can start really making some headway. All right, so I'm going to turn the machine or turn the camera off for now, and I'll turn it back on when things have moved a little bit of progress. Okay, so I've been slowly planing a little bit away and re-chalking and planing a little more away, and I'm putting my most of my pressure down here at the end, and we can see where we are. You can see now I've got a mark that's 1/4 inch down that's I'm almost at. And so I'm taking most of my material off here. I've started to touch up here, which is okay. So I think now, if I just take this down a ways, this will come down to my 1/4 inch down. It'll be 1/4 inch under what I'm doing on that end, and that should work fine. So I'm going to turn the camera back off, and I'm just going to ride the bus or drive the bus for a little bit longer. And if everything's looking good, I'll put it over on the machine. So that's where we are right now. Okay, so one thing you can see here is here's the hole for the screw that goes into this this very end part of the rim. And I'm afraid that as we keep sanding this down, I'm going to hit the top of that screw. So what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to spread a little bit of glue on the lower rim here, and then just allow the screws to clamp that down, so that in case I have to use the Forstner bit and go any deeper there, that doesn't get too thin and ruin the rim. So I'm going to do it on both sides. I'm just going to glue these together, and so then I'll be back and continue sanding after that.